darlings, it's Vampirella here. And when I'm not drinking blood of my victims, I love to watch the Rick and Dave's Comic Book Hour.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Rick and Dave Comic Book Hour. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And this issue we will be talking about Batgirl's issues 20, 21, and 22. So we will start with issue 20, of course, and this is the introduction and origin of the new ventriloquist. This turned out to be a female version. It starts when she was a little girl, and her name was Shauna Belzer. And she's at someone's birthday party, and she meets the
party entertainment, of course a clown.
And her name was Rainbow Ron.
Rainbow Rodney.
Rodney or whatever.
And he had a puppet, and she liked the puppet. And when her parents come to pick her up, she had the puppet with her with a little blood on it. And somehow the rest of the girls got sick at the party too.
Well, they asked her how she got Ferdy. I guess the puppet's name is Ferdy.
Yeah.
And she said that
Rainbow Rodney gave it to him.
Yeah, because she asked nicely, and you can see the blood on the
a little splat of blood on the doll.
So then from there, I think we go to Batgirl.
Do I need to flip through the book here?
Back in?
Yeah. So we got some things going on with Batgirl having some issues whether she wants to stay Batgirl or not. When we flip over to Ventriloquist, she's trying out for a version of a talent show that Gotham is hosting. And of course they got the 3 judges, and they don't like what she's doing because they see her lips moving and she freaks out. She shoves the doll to one guy, and these little screws come out of his hands, hurts him, and the cops try to stop, but then suddenly their stun guns go off, and so that kind of gives me the idea that she has some superpowers.
The stun gun goes off and doesn't touch her.
Yeah, she's nowhere near the stun guns, several feet away, and they go off, and so that kind of gives me the thought that she has some superpowers of sorts too, along with her ventriloquist abilities. So then she kidnaps the female judge, and then we flash over to what's his name? Sorry, Ricky, guy who was in previous issues who lost his leg, and he's got a date with Barbara coming up. Then we go back to
spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. And then Batgirl encounters ventriloquist down in the parking garage. She throws a batarang. Batarang suddenly stops in midair and flings back and knocks her in the head. So that confirms my suspicions that she has some sort of telekinetic.
Shauna is putting part of her personality into the Ferdy the dummy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. She doesn't quite realize it, or maybe she does, but that's like she has a split personality, and the mean part, or the more ferocious part, is in the dummy, and the dummy has some nice little perverted lines. It's like making all kinds of sexual jokes about Batgirl as they're fighting. So he's some attention. So he's like a...
But yeah, so then they got the big fight, and Barbara talks to the counselor, and that doesn't really go anywhere. And then we're introduced back to Ventriloquist is at her house, and apparently her parents are dead, and she's got the judge all tied up.
Female judge with the blonde hair.
Yeah. And then it ends with Gordon and the cops still looking for his son's body, which they can't find.
So we don't know if he's actually dead or not.
Yeah, so that kind of leaves the wide open.
But Gordon still wants to go after the Batgirl.
And then issue 21, we go to a conversation between Nightwing and Barbara Gordon. And since he's one of the few people who understand what she's going through, she heads off to find the ventriloquist, tracks her down.
He's talking to her about, she's talking to Nightwing about, her being responsible for killing James. also talked about quitting being Batgirl, and I think he's trying to talk her out of not quitting and talking to him or even to Bruce about the situation, and she's still kind of wishy-washy. I think she's just venting. I don't think she really wants to give up being Batgirl, but she still feels guilt about the death of her brother, if he's dead. I'm not sure yet without no body.
So then we have a little page here with Jim and his ex-wife talking, and then she leaves, and then we flip over to the ventriloquist back at her house with her dead parents.
Seems like his ex-wife, they probably could get back together, but Jim needs to leave Gotham. He doesn't want to stay in Gotham, but I think that's keeping them apart partly.
Yeah, so if you read the Death of the Family storyline, you'll probably understand that. Then we got the ventriloquist torturing and freaking out the lady judge. Batgirl finds her way into the house. Apparently it's trashed and smelly and just gross. And they get in a fight, and the ventriloquist uses her parents' bodies as mannequins to attack Batgirl, which is really pretty gross. And
But kind of cool too.
yeah, kind of cool and gross. So it shows you how twisted this version of ventriloquist is. And then the little dummy, he goes down to take out Batgirl, which she ends up throwing a concussive batarang, sticks in his forehead, and blows part of his brains out, such as freaks the ventriloquist out. Batgirl just turns around, punches her square in the nose, and knocks her out, and saves the blonde judge. And then ends the issue with the date showing up, and she's not ready for the date because she forgot all about it.
So that storyline was, I liked it. I like this version. It's dark. I mean, especially when you get to the house.
Yeah,
it is very, very dark and
creepy,
very creepy.
It looks like, I mean,
all
this
of
one of
that
those
houses
houses
are dark
you-
like that, but they get a little bit darker with the interior of the house.
Yeah, and the dead bodies come to life and attacking you and stuff. That's just nasty. But then the Batgirl 22, we take a little bit of a lighter look and more of a look into Barbara, and she freaks out. Of course, she forgot about the date, and she quickly gets ready. And her and Ricky go out on the town, and of course, on their walking down the street,
He wants to take her
That's
to
in-
an opera. He thinks that she's some kind of fancy lady. He wants to go to an
uptown.
opera. But I
So-
don't think Barbara wants to go to the opera.
yeah, she doesn't really care where she goes with him. She just wants to spend the night, spend the
time with him.
evening with him, and of course, being in Gotham and walking around a sketchy neighborhood, they get a mugging attempt.
No, it's
And-
his brother. His brother, Rolo, I said Bryce, I suppose. And so they attack Ricky because of his brother, because they think he's trying to get on their turf selling drugs.
Oh yeah, they think he has something to do with whatever his brother's
So that's
involved with,
why-
which he doesn't.
So they want to send a message, and they want to use Barbara as the messenger. So, of course, Barbara
picked
doesn't
the
like
wrong
that
girl.
idea. Yeah, she doesn't like that idea too well.
So she proceeds to kick their ass, and Ricky does some kicking of his own, and
She's trying to explain to him why she can do all this.
yeah.
But she just
And
says self-defense
she's in
classes.
self-defense classes, and of course
That's
I'm
her.
the daughter of the commissioner, so that kind of works for now. And so instead of going to the opera, they decided that neither one really wanted to do that, so they go back to his place, and she gets to meet
Or
the
family,
family.
yeah, the family.
Her meets his family, and mom makes a great dinner, and she just has great.
Once again, we go through her going through jealousy and all that stuff because they have a family that she doesn't. Excuse me,
Yeah, so
doesn't
she
have.
kind of misses that kind of thing, and kind of happy that she can at least share his a little bit. Then they go out dancing, and they actually get a little bit. She gives him a kiss at the end of the date, and that makes her happy. So then she goes and talks to her dad.
We go to the shooting
And
range.
you go to the shooting range, and wants her to, not be afraid to use a gun if necessary. And
She
of
just
course,
says she's not going to do that.
both of them are just grieving over the loss of her brother. Then we end the issue with Jim Gordon and Batman having a discussion, and
Jim wanting to go after Batgirl.
he wants to go after Batgirl.
First he wants Batman to go after Batgirl, but Batman's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So Jim said, well, I'm going to do it, just stay out of my way.
And so he ain't gonna help, and we got Gordon punching Batman right there, which I'm sure Batman can take a few of those from him, but it's still gonna hurt from one of your good friends clocking you like that.
He's pretty mad about what happened to his wife with the death of the family when she got kidnapped by the Joker and was tortured and all that good stuff.
And so we end with Batgirl Wanted coming up next, so I guess the hunt for Batgirl's on. And, little does he know who he's actually hunting, but that's the cool thing about comics. They just write things like that. Make it more intriguing so we go by the next issue.
So, should be an interesting storyline coming up. I don't know if Jim will find out if Barbara is Batgirl or not, but it's going to be interesting to see how long this cat and mouse game goes on. I mean, this is something that might go on for many, many issues.
Yeah, it could be.
And so you know, it's interesting to see. Don't know who the next villain is coming up. Didn't say. I don't get preview, so I have no idea. I have no clue. But I'm telling you that of the new 52s, Batgirl is one of my favorites, along with Supergirl and Jonah Hex. And so I enjoy buying it, and you can pretty much, if you want to start after the death of the family, you know, you can do that and still know what's going on. Again, like, you know, I mean, you can still get all these trades. I mean, the trades are coming out. That's the thing about the new 52s, that they're doing their 5-issue, 6-issue story arcs and then doing the graphic novel right after, just to keep the money coming in to make more animated movies and stuff, which are pretty good. So, regardless, you can get singles, or you can buy the graphic novels as soon as they come out. And I've been buying a single issue so I can just be current. Be surprised with everybody else how that happens. Instead of waiting 6 months down the road and saying, okay, I read this, and doing a review then. This way we're going on the ride together, kind of. I know we're kind of behind, but we're going to catch up quite quickly.
So anyway, that's the latest on Batgirl. I agree, this is a good story. Gail Simone, is that how you pronounce it? And she's been writing the majority of these books, and she's got a really good storyline going on. The artists that they've had in it is really pretty good. They've changed artists a couple times, I think, but I do like the art. So I suggest getting it, and hope you enjoyed this. So we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I feel like it, we can do a quick Superior Spider-Man. You don't have to. I thought about that. Some other thing that we've read together is
Oh, you knocked my block off.